हेलो 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 Hello. Now I will start Unit 9, that is skills for communication aids. So the communication aids which are very essential for teaching learning process. The teacher uses teaching learning materials when he gives lecture. This lecture becomes very much effective if learning aids, that is teaching aids or communication aids that are used by the teacher. The communication aids are the teaching aids which are used in instructional process in order to activate sense organs of the learners for inculcating learning experiences in a more meaningful way.
You've appointed. So now you can add and up there and outside it, you right there and join.
Namaskar. So now I will start this unit, that is the skills for using communication aids. It is very important on the part of the teacher to use communication aids in order to make the teaching learning process more effective. And why does a teacher use communication aids in the classroom? The teacher uses communication aids in the classroom for multiplicity of the objectives. You know, as per the Bloom's taxonomy, there are different instructional objectives: knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. All these teaching learning instructional objectives are achieved by the learners when the teacher uses the communication aids during his teaching learning process. And in order to motivate the learners, the teaching learning materials are also used. And if a picture is appropriate for individual learner, that is enlarged through the projector, the teaching becomes more effective, as a result of which the students they can better understand. Now I will discuss the types of communication aids. What are different types of communication aids? First is audio aid, that the students they can only listen, and these audio aids includes voice, gramophone records, audio tapes, stereo records, radio, telephonic conversations, WhatsApp. These are used by the teacher, and all these things come under audio aids. Second one, that is the visual print or duplicated, and it includes textbooks and supplementary books, reference materials, or encyclopedia, magazines, newspapers, etc. Documents, clipping from published material, duplicated written materials, all these things come under the visual aid, second type of aid. And third one is visual non-projected two-dimensional. It includes messages, pictures, uh, print pictures, cutouts, posters, charts, graphs, cartoons, etc. And under uh, the fourth type of visual aid, that is the visual non-projected, three-dimensional. It includes models, mock-ups, display materials, diagrams, globes, maps, specimens, puppets, and these are very much helpful for the learners. And when the teacher uses these materials, the teaching becomes more effective and the students they can better understand. And under fifth category, it comes that visual projected aids, which these aids are being projected by the machines, and it comes, there are so many things. It includes slides, film strips, and overhead transparencies. These transparency papers are made prior to the teaching, and the teacher uses through this overhead projector. Micro image system, microfilms, microfiche, microcard, all these things come under this visual aid. Sixth type of, that is audio visual projected motion. This includes film, TV, CC camera, video cassettes. These are very helpful for the students in order to have a better understanding of a particular content. Under seventh category, that is multimedia packages, it includes a slide plus TF plus workbook. And second category under this is radio with slide or posters, film with posters with workbooks, TV with workbook, and any other above of the above with a group discussion, and it becomes very effective for the teaching learning process. And under eighth category, that new emerging media. Nowadays, in the modern age, as the technology has been developed, many new emerging media are being used by the teacher for better understanding of the content. So it includes teleconferencing, cable television, satellite TV, computer, video disk, mini computers, etc., etc. And these are very important, which are used for the teacher when the teacher uses these teaching learning materials in his delivery of lesson. And what are the skills of using non-projected aids? And you know that non-projected aids are generally, it includes blackboard, chalkboard, that cloth board, that is rolling blackboard, we say. That other synthetic materials also, from which the baby cloth also is prepared. And here green board and white board also are used for teaching learning process, and it becomes better effective for teaching learning process when the teacher writes something on this green board or blackboard. And the writing skill is necessary when the teacher uses the blackboard. The chalk must be kept very carefully, and he should maintain a 45-degree angle between his hand and the blackboard or green board, whatever it may be. And the teacher should write legibly. Clearly, the teacher should write whatever the content or whatever the main points are necessary for the learners. So he should write clearly on the chalkboard. And the blackboard should be divided into three parts. That is, for left side, that is for reference material, or middle side, that is the material developed during the teaching learning process, and also right side for display of charts, maps, etc. Now we'll discuss several teaching aids. Graphic display. This is also a method of grid method, we can say better that the method of drawing an enlarged version of a display. And here also another thing that what happens during this grid method, that the teacher decides how many times that the picture may be bigger or bigger, that the teacher uses this. The teacher first decides what is the size of a picture. And the projected, next the projected method, the materials which the teacher wants to present before the students, that material should be very effective if the materials are presented through the uh, projected projected machine or OSP, whatever it may be. The template method, that means this drawing outline the figures in chalkboard. The teacher uses the figure by drawing. This is the template method. And here we'll discuss that charts, about charts. Chart is what is the meaning of a chart? Chart is a simple, flat, pictorial display material, and if used appropriately, courses uh, courses, and it can conveys the display information in high effective manner. The chart, by its use, the teacher can better explain, and the content materials or instructional objectives can be well achieved by the learners. And this also includes time chart. Time chart also is a representation of the material in their chronological sequence of happening with suitable indication of time accurate occurrence. That is the time chart. And also another chart is, that is a tabular chart. The teacher also uses tabular chart. It presents information and data in a classified or categorized form, and this is the tabular chart. Tree chart, it is a depiction of development, growth, and change, by beginning with a single source which then spreads out into many branches, as in case of a tree. This is the tree chart, which is very much effective during the teaching learning process. And another, that is stream chart. It is a depiction of development, growth, and change by the beginning many attributes which coverage into a single channel stream, that is a single channel. So this is the opposite of a tree chart. And organization chart, it is a representation of the functional relations with an organization. And this is next, that is process chart. Process chart is a representation of the stages of steps in a process, in a cyclic arrangement also. That is example, suppose the example here is the life cycle, energy cycle, conservation cycle. These are the examples of the process chart. Next is the sequence chart. It consists of more than one segment or chart, and hence have to do with the representation rather than content. And here this the very important, that under it comes strip chart is very important, flip chart, and these are also very more very much beneficial for the students. And Next, what are the advantages of this particular charts? What are the advantages? Now we'll discuss that advantage. It is a prepared chart. The chat when the students or the teacher also prepare, they can gain knowledge about it. And this is when used, the chat when it is used, the orderly information can be given to the learner. And the chat when it is prepared, it does not take, or it is not a costly one, and cheaply it is available. And this is the this is what we discuss, the advantages of a chart. Now we discuss the model. For the different models, models are exchangers of real objectives. Suppose if sometimes it is not possible to show a picture of a tiger, therefore the model of a tiger is very essential in order to explain the different facts of a particular tiger. This is very important. The model is also the replacement of the real situation or object. So the teacher can prepare the model, and also he can give how to prepare the model. The instruction also can be given to the learners. And how the projected aids can be used skillfully. It also it is also the duty of the teacher to give knowledge about it. And when the slides are used, the slides first it should be prepared, and the teacher uses also the slide through the projector, and the content materials are better understood by the learners. And another technology, that is overhead projector, that is also used by the teacher during teaching learning process. And when the teacher uses the OSP, overhead projector, prior to using the projector, the teacher should prepare the materials, transparency, by using the transparency paper. First, prior to the use of the overhead projector, the teacher should prepare his learning content, learning material in a transparency paper, and it can be used when the OSP is operated. Another thing, that is computer and computer assisted learning. A computer can record, analyze the students' responses, and also reaction of the students, and it can store and manipulate information in an extensive scale. It controls, computer controls and also manages a wide variety of learning materials. And the role of computer is very important, and it is used to find the entry level of the students' knowledge on enrollment. It is also used to plan and print individual programs. It monitors students' progress. It compiles tests and scores. This is the role of the computer when the teacher uses, and the teachers should have a better knowledge about the operational skill of a computer. And a computer assisted instruction. Computer assisted instruction, the flow of information and interaction takes place between the computer and the learner. The computer delivers instruction directly to the students and allows to internet with it through the lessons programmed in the system prior to teaching learning process. It provides feedback to the learners on the basis of performance and major what are the major modes of computer assisted learning and it drills and practice. These are the different modes: tutorial, dialogue, and games, simultaneous simulation, database, and narrative. These are the different things. Drill, now we'll discuss drill and practice. And also the students, they can better understand, and whenever they can they can practice the learning content, and it becomes this, it is the simplest form of the computer assisted learning. A series of exercises are presented to the student by the computer, and the students, they understand. It gives, the computer also gives a response whenever the student, they put some questions to the computer. Response is processed and the computer, by the computer, and a new activity is designed. And uh, another thing, that is the tutorial. Here topic to be studied is divided into a sequence of short sections called frames. So close resemblance to the prepared learning sequence found in print and teaching materials. This helps in tutorial, and programmed text presents a number of problems, particularly in determining whether the students has already mastered the current step, and in dividing how to branch to the next step. And next, that is of conservation or dialect. It is based on teaching learning method used by Socrates. Both teacher and learner take an initiation to start the teaching learning process by asking some questions, and the students, they put answers to the questions. Uh, Another communication aid, that is games. The game is very important, and during teaching, during game, the students also learn so many things. Next, that is some simulation. Simulation, it is the real life systems which can be simulated by the computer also. It avoids the difficulty of going to a real place. Suppose it is not at all possible to take the students to the forest. Therefore, the forest can be replaced by another by another process, that is in computer, or the computer can show the picture of a forest, and the students, they can better understand when they see the forest exact real life in the computer. It is short time is also necessary. It is not possible to take all the students to the forest. So in computer, when the students, they can see, they can within this short period can see, and they can have knowledge about the forest. This is the example. And now, what are the advantages of computer assisted learning? It is individualized learning, or that is self-instructional, self-directive, or self-instructional study. And this helps in improving skills or achieving objectives at all difficulty levels. It also gives a structured frame, and this structured frame, from the structured frame, the students they can have a better understanding, and it forces active participation of the students. This is the advantages, and it provides immediate feedback. The students they can get feedback from the teacher, like just act as the computer just acts as the teacher. Here, computer is treated as the teacher. It utilizes reporting system, and also it explores the result. It saves labor of the teacher. It offers a wide range of the experience not available otherwise. It provides a lot of drilling useful for low aptitude test. It is it considers as capable learners. So more it is more it more depends on self than the teacher, because as it is a self learning process. So what are the demerits? It threatens the objective of the package. It cannot develop manual skills such as handling an apparatus. So it is sometimes it becomes difficult on the part of the learner to handle. If they do not know the skill of handling, it becomes very difficult for the students. It is expensive one, and the computer is not easy for all the learners to buy purchase. Therefore, it is also expensive one. It is another demerit, and these are the different things which I just cover the unit 9, and now I will come to the unit 10, that is known as the emerging communication and information. Emerging communication and information technology. Nowadays, communication technology, serves a better for the students in teaching learning process. And human beings are replaced by electronic equipment nowadays. The students during the corona period, they used the mobiles and computers also, and moreover it becomes very beneficial for the students. They can get knowledge at home. This is more beneficial, and the technology is helping a lot to the learners. Here, audio visual technology, audio video technology, and it is it includes many things. First, that is interactive broadcasting, and here broadcasting mode, both radio and TV, is being used for education at primary, secondary, and higher stages in the country for a long period. This interactive broadcasting, this is very much helpful for the learners. It was unilateral only. First, it was only unilateral, and face to face teaching enables the learners to interact, which is very important in teaching learning process. Therefore, what actual alternative levels of interaction are possible in other forms of teaching, that is in distance education on open learning system. Here, and the most important characteristics of emerging mode is potential of instruction. At present, efforts are made to make teaching learning process more interactive, that is two-way communication. through though the students are physically separated from the teacher and instruction, they can also hear him and clarify these doubts by arranging the questions. Various programs are there, like phone in program, in which experts answer the questions asked by the listeners. Radio is a mass medium and is being made more interactive. Listeners participate in this program through phone in system, and IGNO also is using interactive radio broadcast for teleteaching. And the second, that is the satellite radio. The key important or the key component of satellite radio are satellite ground repeaters and radio receivers. The broadcast uplinks signal to the satellite through a centralized hub or feeder link station located within the global uplink beam. Satellite then transmits the signal, which are picked up by the receivers on the grounds through a detachable antenna. By this process also the students they learn. All India Radio has launched its own satellite channels for the global market. It is a potential tool for sharing information, organizing tutorials, counseling sessions, giving guidance to international students. And next, that is the computer technology. In computer technology, computer is very much essential and becomes a very good teacher for the learners. Computer is a useful tool for education and training. It performs the functions of a classroom technology. It is used for individual instruction, simulation, gaming, some studies, independent learning. It also helps in understanding difficult educational concepts. Here, this is very important for the learner for their self-learning. Computer-based tools reduces the time to learning by 30%. That virtual education. What is virtual education? Virtual education aims at providing competent computer generated virtual environment. It can be used as the most advanced tool of visualization for a large number of scientific applications like study of computer structures, near realistic simulation of natural phenomena, and conducting hazard experiments. Students here what happens, they interact with a lifelike situation, lifelike artificial work that can be perceived, explored, and manipulated at will. Here in real life, we perceive objects by our senses, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and smelling. In virtual reality, computers are used for creating visual environment, audio experiences for creating visual environment, and facilitate and tactile environment for taking care of input to these three senses. And here that and another thing is that virtual means in effect but not in fact. Here in virtual mode, questions answer available in the computer. IGNO has launched some programs through virtual campus, online delivery through tele-learning centers. Tamil Nadu has established first virtual university in the country. Others are also using it for quality education. Video disc. Video disc, it is a digital recording on an optical disc that can be played on a computer or TV set. It has capacity to store information, data, visuals and voice. The what are the advantages of this video disc? It is a flexible medium. It gives control to the student the study paths. It accesses at any point in the program. The feedback is also required, and slow motion and a reverse display. That means whenever the students they desire, they can also use it. Each frame is identified by frame numbers, and also there are some limitations also, that high it is a very high costly one. Most discs are a fixed medium and can be neither recorded nor edited. Then compact disc interactive. It is a new optical storage system primarily geared to the educational market. It is an audio video tool that supports a variety of playback format. It is an interactive tool. A student can interact with the data base of information through CD one player and a remote control device. Speech recognition. Next is the speech recognition. It is an innovation in communication technology. It allows a computer to recognize a human speech or words. And next is electronic mail. Electronic mail is nowadays helping the people for sending the mail within a very short period. It has become quite popular all over the world. Through it, messages are sent electronically, and within a short period, it is also sent. The advantages, what are the advantages? That advantages, it is a reduced cost uh, process, and also it reduces paper handling. It is a faster one. Within a short time, the messages can be sent to other end. So here is here what we discussed. These are the different advantages, and another that is what we will now discuss on, that telecommunication networks. Learners can enroll for open or distance learning courses and can interact with electronic teacher or instructor. Learners can select textbooks and download and review the course. The teacher can be available for construction deriving specified hours or through email. So now next is under this it comes DTS, direct to home. It works through a table table fan sized satellite disk and a digital decoder and a SIM card. It connects to a decoder which links to the TV. DTH would be viable alternative to the cable TV. Next, we'll discuss conferencing, that it uh, describes an electronic link or meeting between participants at two or more locations. It is a telephonic conversation which links two or more participants through audio, video, and or computer technology. It can link various learning centers or homes with the main institution that is teaching it for participation. Guest lectures are also arranged through teleconferencing. Teachers meet the students in a classroom-like situations. If systematically it is planned, it will be more effective. And what are the different different types of uh, teleconferencing? Audio, the first type is the audio teleconferencing. Video, second one, that is video teleconferencing, and third one, computer teleconferencing. In video, sorry, first is the audio teleconferencing. In audio teleconferencing, uh, the communication tool, the communication tool which is used, the students they hear the teacher and ask questions through the same system. Nobody can see other. Teacher's role is very important, and only it is only uh, restricted to listening. And video conferencing, in video conferencing, the students also they can see each other. There is a two-way video conferencing, that the students and the teacher they can also have interaction in video conferencing. And one way, this is one way video conferencing. In one way video conferencing, the audio video information can be a one way information from the institution to students learning. These centers, the centers, that is the centers in colleges, these centers or colleges may communicate with the teaching end in turn with the telephone or other audio based hookup. And computer conferencing, in case of computer conferencing, that control based meeting for exchange pictures, words, graphics between multiple sites. And here hardware and software systems are used. Real time implies synchronous communication in which messages can be sent and received as one views the screen and interact with the system and other participation tied to the network. Mobile communication. Mobile communication, that cellular phone, your mobile is very much essential. And mobile communication, it is the cellular phone with the teacher that remains with the touch of the teacher when the students are on move. Mobile van fitted with audio equipped equipment which moves from one area to the other. VSATS means very small aperture terminals. It is a compact satellite disk mated with the necessary electronic hardware to create an earth station. Here, one PC is necessary, telephone, PBX, video receiver. These VSATS can link hundreds of sites including record, geographically remote locations. And here another thing, that is the internet and intranet. Internet, internet that is an electronic mail system. Internet is an electronic mail system and a library access facility. It allows to send and receive messages. It is library access system because it allows our request for information received for knowing. Then intranet network allows one-to-one, one-to multi-point or multi-point or multi-point communication between student and teacher and among the students. Two types of two types are there, that is LAN 1, LANWAN. LAN full form is local area network, and WAN, that is wide area network. It links to wide area. And LAN, it is it is limited to physical area. LAN and WAN can be interconnected among themselves and with internet, thus making communication global, that is communication village. Here this is completed. The 10 unit 10 is completed. Now we will discuss the unit 11, the status of evaluation in higher education. Status of evaluation in higher education. Now we will discuss what is evaluation. Evaluation in teaching learning process. The evaluation is very important. The teacher evaluates the students in order to know the progress of the students. The evaluation, measurement, examination, assessment, appraisal, these are the different terms which are different from each other. First I will discuss the evaluation. What is evaluation? Evaluation is the process of collecting information on the basis of which judgments are formed, which in turn are used for taking decisions. Here, the evaluation, evaluation also in other order we can discuss. Evaluation is the process of determining the extent to which the instructional objectives are achieved by the learners. So, this is what we discuss the evaluation. Measurement, it is a process of assigning numerical to the objects or an attribute according to certain rules. For an example, suppose a student secures 90 marks out of 100, and that his mark in any subject, suppose in English, he secures 90 marks out of 100. So it is measurement. It is measurement that the performance of the students is in quantitative, is described in quantitative term. That is 90 is a number, 90 is a quantity. So his performance is 90 out of 100. It is measurement. So we cannot say that he is the first student or he secures the first position in the class. There are other students who may secure 99 marks or 98 or 95, whatever it may be. We cannot say. Whenever we compare, that is the separate thing. Then I will discuss what is the meaning of examination. Examination, that it is derived from Sanskrit word that parikha. Pari means comprehensively, rekha, erekha, Erekha means ekha, pari ekha. Ekha means to observe. That means parikha means to observe minutely, comprehensively. Examination, what is then examination? Examination is a process of collecting evidence about to students' achievement or growth. This is the examination. What is assessment? Assessment is a student's estimate of a value against a standard. It is an estimate, not an accurate observation of an attribute, and therefore suits well in the context of internal assessment. This is an example, that is internal assessment is the example. So appraisal is generally a formal and accurate valuation of some characteristics against some criteria, usually made by persons familiar with such values. Appraisal, that is the, suppose an example is the uh, that NAC sometimes appraises the college. Appraisal report is sent. So this is what we discuss, the appraisal. Why does a teacher need evaluation? Why evaluation is used? What are the, or in other word, we can discuss what are the functions of evaluation? Functions of evaluation, that means when the evaluation is conducted, the teacher can know the weakness of the students. That the teacher diagnoses the students, the teacher can know what are the defects or difficulties the students they face. By this is the function of evaluation, and this is also diagnostic evaluation, diagnostic function of evaluation. The students, their difficulties, their weakness can be well judged by evaluation. Prediction, that the sometimes what happens, evaluation can predict the future of the learners, and what the students in future will be will be whether, suppose example, whether the student will be a doctor or an engineer or a teacher or a businessman or a politician. So it can be predicted from evaluation. Next is selection. To select a suitable person, suitable course or suitable type of admission. So this is this is one of the functions of evaluation. Guidance, to assist students in making decision for future. And these are the different functions of evaluation. And the values of testing evaluation, values of testing evaluation, values of testing and evaluation to students and teacher. Why the values are, why testing is necessary for a student, or how the evaluation is used for the students, used for the teachers also. Why it is used for the students? It shows the students progress in the course. It identifies the points of the course. It reviews the work of the students, and also it provides a better conception of the objectives of the course. And for the teacher, when he presents the topic, whether it is effective or not, the teacher also knows from evaluation. It compares the effectiveness of teaching methods. Which method serves a better understanding to the students? The teacher also, from evaluation, the teacher can know the methods and can change it. The teacher can know the difficulties of his teaching or weakness of his teaching, and he can change the method, teaching method. Teacher reviews his teaching strategy, the process or strategy by which the teacher taught or teaches. Teacher also change if it is not more effective to the students. The teacher can change the teaching methods. So this is the how the teacher uses uh, now is unit number education. Now traditional outdated in a reform what is the reforms and the question are very for the evaluation. Yes, these are the status. And what should be the you see yearly system that has been abolished? Yearly system that has been abolished. Okay. Mm. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Now, now I'll discuss the new system, semester system. You see that old system of yearly examination that has been removed, and also sometimes some in some cases in some courses also it is available. This system is also going on, and now uh, the semester system is better used by the universities or colleges. What is the benefit of this semester system? That unit wise or content cluster is taught. So for a particular semester, a small portion of the course and and hello, hello, okay. Subhadal,
Yes,
competency.
yes, Subhash.
Here you see the students they can achieve competency of a particular topic or particular subject. The students they can uh, complete some topics of a particular subject, and they can prepare, and all the courses are distributed as per the semesters. In a semester is very small portion that is being taught, and after completion of a particular two or three say courses, or two or three or four papers as per the instruction of the university, that is to be completed by the uh, teacher, and the examination is conducted. The uh, completion of one semester, and after completion of a one semester, another semester comes, and the teacher teaches accordingly. For evaluation process, and what is the very important of instructional objectives in testing. You know, instructional objectives, when the teacher evaluates the student's performance, the very important part of the teacher is to locate the instructional objectives. Whenever the teacher prepares a question paper, the teacher should give more importance on the instructional objectives. That is, the question paper should not be only based on the knowledge aspect, knowledge objective, or the understanding objective. The teachers focuses, all the teachers, they should focus while preparing the question on different objectives. And another thing, when the teacher prepares the question paper, the frequency of examination also is very important. Throughout the year, whether examination will be conducted throughout the year, that is formative evaluation, or semester at the end of the session, or this semester, that what we say, the that is summative evaluation. Summative evaluation is conducted at the end of the session, but formative evaluation is conducted during the session. During the throughout the session, the formative evaluations are being conducted, but at the end of the session, only one examination, which is known as the semester. At the end of the semester, the examination is conducted, that is known as the summative evaluation. And setting a paper, while the teacher sets the paper, the many things are to be taken into consideration. The teacher should think about instructional objectives, criteria of a question paper, and the technology of setting a paper, question paper. These are the very important things which the teacher should give more eye on preparing the questions. And whenever the teacher prepares the question, very important thing is that he should first prepare a blueprint. Blueprint is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional blueprint. In one dimension, that will be the content or various chapters, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it may be. Or another, that is another dimension is different objectives. Knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, these are the different objectives. And this is a two-dimensional objective. If three-dimensional objective comes, then we can give focus on various types of questions, such as essay type, object type, short type. These are to be taken into consideration. And here you see that while the teacher prepares a question paper, these things are to be taken into consideration. And what are the types of question? Essay type, short type, object type, and options of question should be there. Language of examination, whether it will be English or in regional language, that is also to be taken into consideration. And another thing is that answers should be given with the question. That means answer key should be prepared for evaluation. So these are the why these answer keys are prepared and given to the evaluator for uniformity of scoring. This is the reason. Then we'll discuss the question bank. What is the question bank? Question bank is a library of questions of test items pulled from cooperative efforts of the teacher and item writers, pre-validated, coded, and classified as per design of the bank, developed for use as an open or confidential bank, depending upon the use to which it has to be put. That means question bank is simply a collection of questions, and it is very much essential for the learners for their reference before examination, they can go to the library and collect a question different on different subjects, and they can prepare accordingly. And another thing that is in nowadays, what happens, the examination result is being published basing on the grades, not on division first, second, third. Of course, it is also in some universities are also there, but a grading system is there that can help the learner. This grading system, it is a new process of evaluation. It has come at present. Here now I will discuss toward the last part, that is the national testing service. What is national service testing? That it is conducted by a national agency to find out the skill persons. It delinks the degrees from the jobs, and it prepares manpower. It is a error form in the report. Reform. It is a plan of action, and this idea, it was later developed into it was developed, and in the year 1973, this plan of action reform that has been developed in order to determine the suitability of a specified jobs. Conducting this national testing service, uh, competent persons are found out, and its main objective is to allow skilled and proficient people, even without the degree qualification, to qualify for a variety of jobs that have traditionally uh, and it is limited to graduates. A single test as a national basis at the +2 level can help the students to qualify for admission to course conducted by different universities without appearing in multiple entrance tests organized by various agencies. So this is all about your 12, 12 unit. Now I'll discuss unit number 13. It is a very small unit, and I'll discuss. So now it is evaluation status in higher education 1. Evaluation status. What is the method? What is the method, technique of evaluation and approaches? Now I will discuss that first, norm reference testing and criteria reference testing. So norm reference testing and criteria reference testing. Now I will discuss first the norm reference testing. What is the meaning of norm reference testing? The classroom test. The classroom test and a standardized achievement test that report test performances in terms of an individual's relative position in the same group are called norm reference test. And this norm reference test, many college teachers interpret the test performance against a teacher fixed standard or a criteria define the level of achievement, knowledge, or skill in that subject. So, what is then the what are the advantages of advantages and disadvantages? Advantages of this test that it classifies students for selection purposes. The parents are provided with information about their children's progress. It satisfies students for employment. It provides educational and vocational guidance. It uh, helps in the construction of curriculum. It helps in the construction of curriculum. And disadvantage is it is less inaccuracy of measurement. It does not indicate instructional objectives. The classification on non-reference test is misleading. This is the disadvantages. Now we'll discuss the what is the criterion, and this is criterion references what I discussed, and now criterion reference test what discussed, that is that it is an instructional objective. It denotes in an instructional objective, and it is an expected post-instructional learning outcome. And advantages of criterion reference test what I discussed here, that formative and summative test also it is used. And here what happens that the distinction, you see, formative test and summative test. You know, the formative test that is conducted during the session. Now I will just discuss about. I discussed all these things is a normal reference test, criteria reference test. In criteria reference test, many college teachers interpret the test performance against a prefixed standard or criteria, defined level of achievement, knowledge for skill in that subject. I discussed it. Here now I discussed that formative and summative test. No, the formative and summative test. What is the difference between formative and summative test? The formative test which is conducted at the during the session, and a summative test is conducted at the end of the session. What is the distinction between formative and summative test? The purpose of evaluation of formative test is that feedback is provided to the students. Formative test, it is conducted at regular and frequent intervals. This is the formative test. The formative test and summative test is conducted at the end of the session. Types of formative and summative evaluation: written or oral test, short duration of object type test, fixed response, open-ended questions, short answer question, short type questions. These different types of questions can be put, which can be put to in formative test. Now we'll discuss a summative test. In case of formative test, that from a particular topic it is put. That means the questions are prepared from a particular topic. In case of summative evaluation, from the total topics covered, total topics for a course, the questions are prepared. Now we discuss cognitive and non-cognitive assessment. Cognitive and non-cognitive assessment. What are the objectives? From the teacher perspectives, to monitor learning process, to locate weakness of the learners, to monitor effectiveness, to make a future career of the students, to predict future success, to choose suitable candidates for a course. These are the objectives. And what are the students? This is what from the teacher's perspectives, and what are the perspectives basing on the students? What are the students' perspectives? To build a realistic life picture of the student, to set educational, vocational, personal and social goals of the student, to decide on different of instruction, to determine the content matter subject wise, certain areas of to identify changes in character pattern, curricular activities of these people. These are the different angles basing on students and teachers' perspectives. Now we discuss difficulties. Difficulties in assessing non-cognitive outcomes. What are the non-cognitive outcomes? What is cognitive outcome? Under cognitive outcome, it includes knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. All these things come under cognitive aspects, cognitive domain. Non-cognitive outcome, that what we cannot see, we can see observation. You see, non-cognitive means psychomotor and affective domain. What are the different objectives or non-cognitive outcomes? Are interest, attitude, beliefs, values. These are the non-cognitive outcomes. It is not easily observable. You cannot see all these things. Interest you cannot see, attitude you cannot see, belief you cannot see. Non-cognitive outcomes develop slowly and become visible long period of time. Difficult to assign. It is to assign quantitative values. Most of the non-cognitive abilities are not clearly defined. Non-cognitive outcomes are not reflected or given any weightage in external examination, and so it is non-essential. Here now we discuss the identification of areas in cognitive and non-cognitive abilities. Under it, first, that is cognitive domain. That behaviors designated are cognitive. Here in cognitive domain, the objectives are hierarchical, cumulative in nature. Behavior learned behaviors. Knowledge, understand, these are the different objectives, you know. Non-cognitive areas, what are the non-cognitive domain or non-cognitive characteristics? This is habit, interest, personality, social quality, attitude, sociometric education views. These are the different non-cognitive uh, activities or habits. This is non-cognitive. The assessing of learning techniques, cognitive is based on these are record, list, observation schedule. All these things are method. Tools, that means what we get the product from the individual. This is first, that is drawing and painting. Written test, direct questioning, autobiography. These are the examples. Tools and techniques based on sociometric status. Sociograms, social distance technique, guess who technique. These are very important under these tools and techniques based on sociometric status. And now we'll discuss tools and techniques based on self-reported inventories. Biographical, it includes biographical data bank, personality inventory, interest inventory, or rating scale, question techniques, attitude scale. These are the different tools and techniques. And then tools and techniques based on ideas of it includes ink bolt techniques, picture presentation, presentation of verbal stimuli, sentence completion technique, play techniques. These are under tools and techniques based on ideas or projects. Now, tools and techniques based on school records. Based on school records. Attendance, history, cumulative records. These are the tools and techniques based on school records. Now, unity, that is situation in higher education. 2. Laboratory work, field sector, dissertation. These are the different situations. These are the different activities of evaluation. Now, we evaluate the student situation. That is evaluation of laboratory work. How can we evaluate the laboratory work? Laboratory work that can be evaluated through involved during work. It develops processes and identify variables, controlling variables, selecting relevant procedures, establishing cause and effect relationships. It develops a skill, observation, handling the instrument with caution. This skill also is very important, and they develop it. Scientific attitude is developed. Scientific inquiry is also developed for the students when they are busy in doing laboratory work, and from laboratory work, these are the different skills which are developed. And how can we now evaluate the laboratory work? Through observation laboratory, when the do the laboratory, the teacher's duty is to observe the students, and the students, they are required to maintain practical records. Whatever they get from the experiment, they can report on this record, and the teacher evaluates the performance of the students by using the scoring sheet. Scoring sheet also is made available to the students. The teacher also uses checklist, rating scale, and the observation schedule. And the observation schedule may be 2-point observation schedule, or 3-point scale, 5-point scale, or 7-point scale. And in 2-point scale, the example is adequate and inadequate. This is the process by which the evaluation can be conducted. And evaluation of students' performance in seminar. How can the students' performance be evaluated in seminar or group controlled learning situation? That how the students, they prepare the paper. First, they can prepare the paper. How can they prepare the paper? The teacher's guidance is also necessary. And after preparing the paper, how the students, they present the paper in the seminar. And here it is very important on the part of the teacher, the student, that communication skill is necessary during presentation of a particular topic in the seminar. The students' communication skill is very important. Participation in question answer session. When the seminar is conducted, during the seminar, the student, they should put the question to the speaker or the presenter, and the answers are given by the speaker or by the students also. And during presentation of a paper, the gesture is very important. The language is very, and the paper which he presents in the seminar, that should be in a sequence. These are things which is to be evaluated. And then we practice evaluation of a project work. Evaluation of a project work. That here, when the project work, its evaluation is conducted, or discussion project work evaluation, the first objective of the topics, that should be very, that is important. Objective is very important for a project work. That the dissertation topic, when selected the knowledge with the guide for the investigation, can the topic, and after reading different past research and review, that is, they can find a topic, project of dissertation work. Evaluation of the project or scale can 5, 9 scale also can be, and they and that is very on this strong agree, disagree, strongly uh, points, different points, and the teacher can if the thesis or project work by assigning strong or strongly agree or disagree, whatever it may be. This is the process by which the dissertation project work is evaluated. The project work, dissertation work is by internal external examiners. This is very important part of and external. And now we'll discuss what is internal examination and external examination. What is internal examination? External examination. You know, during the course, evaluation is conducted in various years, and this is a continuous assessment. Assessment is a carried regular at the end of the particular. It is the assessment is on the progress learner. If the progress is on, then the teacher provides feedback to the learners. Continuous internal assessment, it represents continuous. That means the progress of the students. If there is some weakness for the learners, teacher can of his teaching enables teacher to know the progress of the students. It diagnoses difficulties of the learners, what they face during teaching learning process. Accordingly, provide remedial action, and it is internal assessment is just known as a formative type of evaluation. What is external examination? At the end of the session, the examination will be conducted, that is known as the external examination, or in other words, that is summative evaluation. But for external examination, you see, at the end of the session, it is conducted. And it is conducted once at the end of the session. In case of internal assessment, it is for many times that it is not conducted once, and it is conducted for multi periods. This is what we say the external and internal examinations, the merits of both the system. First we'll discuss merits of external examination. That is known as our university examination. It provides an independent assessment. That means the independent assessment means what? The students, what they achieve for them only. It is not group wise assessment. This is not group wise assessment, it is individual assessment. Individual grading is there, is given. It provides uniformity of practice and standard. It concentrates the resources and expertise for paper setting and marking. And it eliminates conflict between the teacher as a teacher and teacher as an assessor. Teacher as a teacher and the teacher assessor means teacher. It provides an assessment procedure by personal relationship between teacher and student. Provides better basis for setting standards. The demerits of external examination. It is a time-consuming one. No feedback is given to the learners. It is in learning. It has low validity and reliability. It is limited to cognitive outcomes only. It ignores non-cognitive outcomes. Now we'll discuss what merits of continuous assessment. External assessment, we discussed its merits and demerits. Now we'll discuss internal assessment, its merits and demerits. First of all, discuss the merits of internal assessment. It provides opportunity to the students to improve. If the students they do not better in one assessment, then the students they can do better in the next assessment. Assessment is more valid and reliable. It includes all the domains. Formative assessment, diagnosis, students' weakness, student difficulties can be known by internal assessment. And the students, they can be provided a remedial instruction with feedback. This is the merit. What are the demerits of continuous internal assessment? It endangers the relation between teacher and student. It is difficult to compare student with other institute. In case of internal assessment, the evaluation or that is the marks secured by a particular student cannot be compared to the mark secured by the student of other college. Result may not be accurate here. Dilution of performance is there. These are the different merits of merits and demerits of internal assessment. Now we'll discuss what are the silent features of internal assessment. What are the characteristics? Certain individual intellectual abilities and skills are not tested by external examination. Here this is more important and very valuable one. To integrate teaching and evaluation, it is one of the silent features. Other is one data obtained through internal assessment should not be used to rank the student. Through internal assessment, the student's ranking cannot be determined. It helps the teachers to provide remedial instruction. Then we'll discuss what are the weightage to the internal assessment. Internal assessment and external university examination, the scores grades are shown separate. In case in assessment for external examination, there is the university exam is given. Various are mostly on arbitrary criteria give to various assessment. And these are the different weightage to internal assessment. Now I will discuss various types of evaluation tools. Quiz is sometimes what happens that before organizing a quiz, conducting a quiz, the topic is announced. This is one type of tool. Quiz announced. The students are informed about a particular topic. This is the quiz announced. Quiz unannounced means the students are aware of the topic Suddenly the quiz is tested or conducted, and here oral test of a chapter in the classroom also may be encouraged. Short duration this for this quiz test, that is quiz unannounced. The duration short duration that is short duration object type test. It is this type of question is being put. So short answer question also can be put along with a long answer question. Home assignment also given, and field work, laboratory work, practical work. These come under this observation, checklist, rating scales, and also group discussion, seminars, etc., etc. And then now we'll discuss what is the ground realities about internal assessment. The ground realities about internal assessment at the micro level. Micro means small. Internal assessment or unit test or class assignment that are given in micro level. Now we'll see that this it also helps for it helps also teacher for feedback. The teacher can give remedial teaching and also can give feedback. The tests are used as an internal part of instruction. Internal part of instruction. That the teacher uses the test in the internal assessment. The questions of teacher prepared those questions are prepared from a particular topic. Sometimes it is used for beginning of the lesson. It is also to design the test. Short answer questions easily can be scored, and it ensures short answer questions ensures validity. Whereas in case of long question, it is not it validity will be determined as it is long. To testing things are micro at macro is big macro degrees of specific testing. Degrees are not essential for a job. Skill is there is a like national testing programs, and it develops quality questions. It develops high quality questions. UGC MES uses to work out common basic or for internal assessment in colleges in collaboration with all these things that come under unit 14. Now we'll start unit 15, that is mechanics of evaluation. What is the mechanics of evaluation? 1. Framing a question paper involves from 4 steps. You see, when mechanics of evaluation means how can we frame the questions for evaluation. In this chapter, we can see different types of questions, how it can be prepared, and framing a question paper involves 4 steps. What are these? 4 steps are: first, outlining the instructional content. Second step, identifying the desired learning outcomes in specific terms. Third one, development and selection of evaluation items. Fourth one, that is preparation of a blueprint, which is very important for teaching learning process and for knowing the performance of the students. How can it be known? How can the teacher evaluate the students' performance? Through the question paper, through the test. Then how can the teacher prepare the questions? These are the 4 different steps. First step I would like to discuss, that is outlining the instructional content. Outlining the subject matter, that is outlining the subject matter content. So now, before starting it, the teacher should be very cautious about it. And meaning of evaluation here, while the content that is to be outlined, the teacher should know the meaning of educational objectives. It is very important, educational objectives. First, it is to be identified, knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. These are the different instructional objectives under cognitive domain. And the meaning of educational evaluation, steps in the process of evaluation, characteristics of evaluation. Here, this comes under outlining the subject matter content, that comes under meaning of evaluation. And the next, that is relationship of educational objectives, learning experiences and evaluation. And the third, that is the types of evaluation. There are different types of evaluation: formative evaluation, summative evaluation, diagnostic evaluation. These three important of evaluation. Is also used evaluation, that this is the first step for framing a question paper. The second step, that is stating the desired learning outcomes in specific. Here, the students know the basic concept. Students understand the concept and the process. Students applies the concept and principles. Students develop learning, practical skills. Here what happens, that whenever the teacher identifies the desired learning outcomes, first the teacher should select the instructional objectives, that is intended instructional objectives or expected learning outcomes. The objectives were the teacher first keeps in his mind, that is intended instructional objectives, and it is given, all these objectives are given in the form of content through learning processes, teaching methods, and after giving or imparting instruction or learning experiences to the students, they can achieve some objectives, they can achieve the goal of the teacher, and then the actual learning outcome or achieved instructional objectives, the students, they gain, they acquire. And what are the different forms of test items or questions the teacher can prepare? Written format questions are mostly used by the teacher in order to know the progress of the students. There are different types: short type question that also is of different types. Supply type, that answer is supplied. Free response type, selection type, objective response type. In case of a supply answer type, long questions, long question answer type, long answer type question, long or short answer type question, very short answer type question. This is supply type or free response. Here in long question answer question type question, the students, they are freely uh, to give the short answer type question within one or two sentences. The students, they can give their answers. In case of very short answer type, sometimes what happens that short answer type questions are given, or the questions, the direction of the question is given how to answer. It can be given within the 30 words or 20 words. This is short type question, short type answer question. And very short answer question within one sentence or one word. This is the process by which the student, they can answer. Essay type questions, that free, they have freedom to respond. What are six? They are given 5 or 6 questions. Out of it, 7 questions given. Out of 8 or 7 questions, 2 or 3. The student here in essay, the is low. Some guessing, that means students, they bluff. They do not know the exact and bluff. And here in essay, to avoid proficiency is here type question, it is there. I will, low objectivity is also there. Here in this case, what is short answer type questions? Short answer type questions are those which require answers to be supplied by the students in terms of sentences related to a single or more than one concept, more than one sentence. And it is sometimes what happens, it is given within 30 words or definite and restricted answers. This is the this principle is to be followed when the, and here guessing is eliminated in case of the short answer type questions, because if they do no answer, then they can write as according to their own uh, language. here then very short answer question also, and very short answer means object type test. What is object type test? Objective type test is one whose answer is one and only one. That means the answer of a particular objective type question is only, it has only one answer. Here, very object type, and the object type question that should be based on knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and it should be based on the instructional objective. This is very important aspect of preparing the questions when the teacher wants to prepare. And here also very short question, short answer type question. True false items are also given. Alternate response also given. Multiple choice questions also are given. Matching item is given also. You see, in case of matching item, the teacher should prepare in such a way that the teacher in one group, if for example gives the 5 items in group A, in group B, the corresponding responses should be given haphazardly, and it should be more than 5. That is 7 questions that should be given. If the number of questions in group 1 is 5, the number of answers in group B should be 7, not 6 nor 5. Because at last, for answering one question, 3 options will be available. So if 2 options will be available, then guessing will be encouraged. If 3 options will be available, no guessing will be there, from which the students can answer. This is what is the matching type item, and this is the different type of questions. Very object type question, sometimes false, true false question also are given. Sometimes fill up the blanks also are given. Sometimes the questions which are given from multiple type, and rearrangement of questions. Suppose question is there, haphazardly it is written, so the students are required to arrange it in a proper manner. This is the different types of the questions, very short answer questions. How can you prepare a good question paper? How can we prepare good question paper? For preparing good question paper, different types of test items that should be included. What I discussed now, in a good question paper, for a good question preparing a good question paper, different test items that should be included. And the question should be from different content, different units. Weightage to different objectives should be also taken into consideration. And difficulty level of the question, that should be also taken into account. This is very, very important. And the weightage of time. What should be the time? That is should be also taken into consideration. And the weightage of marks also should be given priority. Weightage of difficulty level. That means the question paper from the very beginning, it should not be a difficult one. And it's the easy questions that should be framed from the beginning of a questionnaire. As a result of which, The students, they can encourage their interest when they are able to answer question number 1. When then the students, they can create interest in answering question number 2. When the student successfully answer the question, then their interest increases and they can go to the next question. And the very important thing is in preparing a question, that is the blueprint. Blueprint that should be prepared. For before preparing a question, blueprint should be followed. That is very important aspect of a teacher. So now I will be in the next period I will discuss the blueprint, how blueprint can be prepared. This is very much important for a teacher, and I will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much. Gayatri, hello. So I will teach next in the next class. Thank you very much.